Welcome to CBS Sports HQ. I'm now being joined by Jacksonville Jaguars defensive lineman Khalen Saunders, mostly known as Bink, coming off the brink of a huge, massive win week 1 against the Carolina Panthers, 26-10. Big Bink, how are you feeling being undefeated, most importantly getting that much-needed win in week 1?
Hey, absolutely. You said it right there, baby. Undefeated, man. You got to try as long as you can to keep it that way. And, that W is always the most important stat on the field. So I'm just happy to get it.
When you look at the game, defensively, let's start with the defense because we know defense wins championships. A very, very impressive showing from you guys against a highly anticipated offense led by Bryce Young when you look at what he did a week ago. But let's talk about the game plan against Bryce Young. He threw for only 154 yards, a measly 4.4 yards per throw, 2 interceptions. What was the game plan going into this game against Bryce Young to try to neutralize the Panthers offensively?
Yeah, absolutely. Bryce has been shown steady improvement, especially leading into the end of the year last year. He's gotten better and better each game. And so we just wanted to make it hard on him, give him some exotic looks. Obviously, him being a little young still, just wanted to mix up some pressures and then also just take advantage of, the size factor with him being one of the smaller quarterbacks in the league. We wanted to, just try to crowd throwing lanes, get hands up. That was like the general game plan for him and, executed pretty well, execute all our blitzes and our stunts pretty well. And, they got a lot of great players over there, a lot of good running backs and receiver talent and stuff like that. So we just wanted to limit explosives and get a win.
You said something that was very, very impactful, the size, the lack thereof. Bryce is a smaller quarterback compared to some of the other quarterbacks in the National Football League. So, Bink, when you're playing against that type of quarterback in terms of short, is there a difference in terms of how you rush the passer compared to playing against a 6'3", 6'4" type quarterback?
Yes, absolutely. Obviously you want to get in there, you want to get a lot of internal pressure because, throwing from we call it throwing from a well. You want to make them throw from a wishing well. And, when we can get that internal pressure, have, kind of him backing up when he's throwing it, that'll help us obviously get an advantage. So, just trying to do that. And then also, if you're not getting there after that internal clock goes off about 3 seconds or so, get them hands up, and that's getting those hands up. We had, I think, Austin Johnson, my dog, he had a good batted ball today. I think we might have another batted ball and then some tip balls that led to interceptions. So that's always the game plan with the smaller guys, just getting those passing lanes.
When you talk about the Jacksonville Jaguars, you're new to the team, just like your new head coach who is in the midst of year 1. The culture that he's creating there in Duval County. Fill us in a little bit about that.
Oh, yeah, man. Coach Cohen, man, he is a very relatable guy, very personable guy. He understands what we go through on a day-to-day. And I've been a part of younger coaches and older vetted coaches, and there's obviously a rhyme and reason behind everything. But I think that one thing I really respect about Coach Cohen is that he has a reason behind everything he does, and he'll never ask us to do anything that he doesn't have a reason for. So I respect that, and also respect how personable he is. You can go have a conversation with him at any time about anything. When I first got down here, he can kind of even tell when I was out of practice, because I'm a talkative guy. I make people laugh. But one of those days, I was kind of just stuck in my head because I'm like, man, I got to find a house. I got to, get my car shipped down here, get my kids down here. And he came up to me. You can see it on my face. He's like, you all good, man? And I told him, I'm like, man, I'm just, trying to learn the playbook, trying to find a house. I'm homeless out here. And he was like, hey, we got you. And he helped me, start getting some stuff taken care of. And so, like I said, man, the culture he's building is a culture of good brotherhood and good camaraderie, and everything we do has a great purpose behind it. So I love it.
Bink, you've been in the league for quite some time. Is there a certain regiment that you have when you have a 1 o'clock game, you guys win? What is the rest of your Sunday? What does the rest of your Sunday look like, especially coming off a win?
Oh, yeah. Well, win, lose, or draw, I'm going to eat. All right, like that's me being my size. You ain't no D tackle nose guard, and you don't eat after the game. You know what I'm saying? So I would go find me some good grub to eat, kick it with my family and my kids, have a good time with them. But yeah, first order of business, because me personally, I don't like to eat too much before the game because I don't want to feel all bloated out there. But after the game, and especially, oh my God, in this Jacksonville heat, I underestimated it. I'm not gonna lie to you, and it's draining. So I gotta go replenish my nutrients.
You talked about the Jacksonville Heat. Unfortunately, you guys had a significant weather delay in the midst of this game. How did that help or hurt you guys in terms of rhythm?
Yeah, I think that obviously a delay is never something that anybody wants to do. It just prolongs everything. But I think that we handled it really well. We were in there, we just played it by ear, waited till they told us that we were able to go back out. And then when it was time to turn it back up, we just made sure that we came out with the right intensity and energy. So, and like I said, a lot of that goes back to our coaches, man. We got great coaches out there. We got, Coach Cohen also, but you got Coach Camp and Coach Matt Edwards, and those guys are balls of energy as well. So, it was no problem finding the energy to come back out and finish the game. It was a little awkward, I will say, because it felt like, we had a halftime and we played 8 minutes on in the second quarter and came back in for another halftime. So that was a little bit, it kind of threw us off a little bit. But like I said, when you got those guys leading the ship, the energy is going to be there, and it's just up to us to execute with that energy intertwined.
Well, Bank, you weren't the only new face on the defense that surfaced. Travis Hunter also made his appearance on the defensive side as well. So in terms of the game plan for you guys, I think he only participated in 4 snaps on the defensive side. Are you guys aware in how much they're going to use Travis Hunter on the defensive side, or are you guys just going with the flow?
Yeah, me personally, I'm going with the flow anyway, because I only been out here for 2.5 weeks. So I don't know what the game plan is as far as that, but I do know that, during practice, he'll come over on our side of the ball, have a little flip jersey, and then he'll be on offense as well. So, man, he's a talented guy, obviously a unicorn, man, one-of-a-kind type of guy. I'm happy to be playing with him, and, he's as far as the actual plan, I can't say that, there's anything planned besides knowing that we got a Swiss Army knife in our pocket, and whenever we're going to find fit to use them, we will.
Well, Khalen, Big Bank, man, thank you for joining me here on CBS Sports HQ, especially coming off a huge win. Best of luck to you and your teammates the rest of the way.
Hey, thank you both, man. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.